Hey everyone, welcome to Gen Z Pod. Have you ever wondered why your brain can focus for 2 full hours when you watch a movie, but it runs away after just one page of reading? Why is it so hard to stay serious when we want to study or do an important task? Maybe you also feel that every time you sit down to learn, something distracts you. If yes, don't worry. You are not the only one. Many people in today's world have the same problem. In November 2023, researchers from York University made an interesting study about focus. They gave one group of students a movie to watch and another group a text to read. After that, both groups had to do mental exercises that needed concentration. The surprising result was that the movie group did much worse. Why? Because a movie shows everything ready to your brain. The brain doesn't need to imagine or create pictures. But when we read, our brain must work harder to make images and connect ideas. So movies feel easier, but they actually make the brain lazy. That is one big reason why many people lose focus today. If you feel bored or tired when reading or studying, maybe the problem is not with you, but with the way you train your brain. Let's look at something very important: the forgetting curve. This idea comes from Hermann Ebbinghaus, a German psychologist. He studied memory and discovered that forgetting starts immediately after learning. If you don't review, after 3 to 4 weeks, almost everything you learned will disappear. But there is good news. If you review many times, your memory becomes strong. After around 5 reviews, you can remember 95% of the information for a very long time. So, how do we review correctly? One great method is called mind mapping. Our brain does not think in straight lines like a book or a school essay. Instead, it thinks in branches. One idea brings another idea, and then another, just like the shape of a tree. A mind map uses this natural style of thinking. You write the main subject in the center, then make branches for the main parts, then smaller branches for the details. For example, if you want to learn English, you write English in the middle. Then you draw branches: grammar, vocabulary, speaking, reading, listening. Under grammar, you can write smaller parts like tenses, verbs, questions. Under vocabulary, you can write daily words, academic words, slang, and so on. This way, you don't just see random notes, you see the whole subject clearly. Mind maps are also amazing for exams. Let's say you are studying physics and you want to understand pressure. In a mind map, you can write examples like, a needle hurts because its point is small, so the pressure is bigger. But if you press with a blunt object, the same force feels weaker because the surface is larger. This is easier to remember with a picture in your mind map than only with words. There are some simple rules for making good mind maps. Your first map will not be perfect. Don't stop. Just continue and improve later. Use short keywords, not full sentences. Connect ideas with funny or silly links. Each branch should be clear and not repeated in other places. Every keyword must answer a question, like, why is this important? Another powerful method to learn better is learning by teaching. If you want to understand something completely, try to explain it to another person. A study in 2014 at the University of Washington showed that students who prepared to teach had much better focus and higher scores than students who studied only for the exam. When you plan to teach, you discover the weak parts in your knowledge, and you pay more attention. You can even use mind maps to explain to your friends. Another tool is the chain method, or silly story. Our brain loves emotions, surprises, and funny things. If you connect boring information with a crazy story, your brain will remember. For example, imagine these words: egg, elephant, copper shoes, fridge, fish, book. How do we remember? Make a story. An egg breaks. An elephant jumps out. He wears copper shoes, goes into a fridge, and sees a fish reading a book. This sounds stupid, but because it is silly and funny, you will not forget it. Now, let's talk about something important. Sometimes we cannot focus at all. The reason is that our brain, like our muscles, needs a warm-up. If you start running without warm-up, your muscles hurt. The same happens with your brain. If you suddenly start studying, your brain feels tired very fast. That is why we need to warm up the brain. How do we do it? Sit in a quiet place. Take a book. Read a few pages quickly without trying to memorize. Just look with your eyes and move on. Then ask yourself 3 questions. What do I want to learn from this? What is not clear to me? What is the main idea here? By asking these questions, you give your brain a clear direction. Now it knows what to look for, and it will not get lost. If you already made a mind map, this step becomes even easier. This small warm-up can improve your study quality by 50%. But we must face a big enemy: the phone. Social media, games, and even the simple presence of a phone on the desk can reduce your memory and attention. A study in scientific reports showed that even a silent phone near you makes your brain less focused, because your brain expects dopamine when it sees it. It is like when you see your favorite snack and your mouth waters. The brain reacts the same way with the phone. But in modern life, we cannot study without phones or laptops. So what can we do? The answer is to manage them, not to remove them. Put your phone out of sight. Use apps that block notifications, and train your brain to work in sessions with breaks. Remember, mind maps are not only for studying. They also help with stress and overthinking. For example, if you always feel worried about the future, make a mind map. Write "future worries" in the center. Then make branches: job, income, family, relationships, health. Under each, write the specific worry. After that, connect them and try to see the roots. Maybe you discover the real reason is perfectionism or pressure from family. When you see it clearly, your stress becomes easier to manage. Mind maps can be done on paper, on a whiteboard, or with software like Xmind. The tool doesn't matter. What matters is practice and using it often. To finish, our brain is amazing, but it forgets fast. If we use reviews, mind maps, teaching, silly stories, and brain warm-ups, we can make our memory much stronger. Connect what you learn with emotions, funny ideas, or personal experiences. That way, your brain will keep it for a long time. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.